That's my Mr. Otis trying to get in here, you guys. Hey YouTubers, how are you doing? Welcome to my channel. So there's a lot been going on in the news with the social media. We know that Meghan was talking about people who ironically are drug users, is what they call people on the internet. They're called users too. So just maybe if you're using the internet, you a drug user. That's what it could sound like. But she got that quote from somebody who's already said that. And it is ironic. I mean, yeah, it is quite a coincidence. But here's the deal, or this is how I see it. We're in a world where we're constantly evolving. Things change, time changes. The way we used to listen to music changes. The way we used to listen or be entertained changed, from radio to black and white TV to color TV to disc to VHS to, LPs. It's just like things are changing constantly. And prophecy, I think, has always dealt with this idea that there was going to be some kind of, awakening of things with the technology. So really, we're just really on a course to the things that are to come. But I don't think that we've got to take things so drastically to think that, you gonna be like a drug user, you using the internet, or you using social media, or whatever, however you want to look at it, however you hear it is your reality, right? But I think that the issue that Meghan is talking about, the social media and hate, she always comes to the negativity part of it. She always circles back around to how social media has affected her, rather than looking at the big picture of social media, how she was an avid social media user. It helped her with her brand. It got people to know who she is. Like, she doesn't understand that this is something that she needed to get to where she is now, because she certainly isn't going to be trying to right off into the sunset and not really be a part of the mainstream. She's going to try to always be a part of the mainstream. People are watching things that they're going to see her on social media. So it's essentially something that's always going to be here. The question is, how does it affect certain people, maybe like Meghan Markle, because Meghan Markle has done things, people have said things, and so she feels a lot of vitriol around her. She feels a lot of negativity. Well, that's because of the situation that she has put herself in. Now, if you would have went back and asked Meghan Markle before her coming into the royal family, I think she would have had a very different take on social media prior to her royal years. Her celebrity has been heightened, therefore the way people see her and interpret her and say things about her is going to be heightened. But I'm sure she gets a lot of positivity. She gets so much positivity that the people that are her fans are very mean and nasty on social media. Okay, so calling out social media as being negative and bad, you should also check the people that support you and call them out for being just crazy. So, there's a lot of up and down, and how are you going to take this? How are you going to call out negativity on social media when you got your fans that are, if not more, vicious and negative online in support of you? So how does she combat these two things that she's talking about? And does she not see that perhaps she's getting this negativity because people can see her? Like, they can see the things that she's done, the choices she's made, what she's trying to do with Mr. Harry Windsor? There's just a little bit more to this that maybe she could look at. Now, I do agree, there is a lot of negativity on social media. And you know what I do when I see a negative person on my social media? Block, right? That's what you do. It is no different than somebody coming over into your house trying to act up a fool and call you out in your own house. You ain't gonna put up with it. You're gonna kick them out. So you just have to kick it out. And I know she said in the past that she just gets rid of all the noise, drowns it out. But it's probably hard to do when you are trying to be as famous and more famous as she is, because she's going to have to always put herself in the spotlight. I think there needs to be some kind of way to combat the negativity. I think one of the things that Meghan hasn't really looked at is how she's been portrayed as being negative herself to like her family, how she has caused negativity in the family of her husband and his family. She's done a lot of things to cause this negativity in which she speaks about. So there's no sense of real truthfulness. There's no real sense of authenticity from her. She comes across as not being somebody who is real. She wants to portray something that she isn't. And people can see through it and they call it out. And she's like, y'all negative. Leave me alone. And it's just at some point you got to look at how people are seeing you and why are they being so negative. I mean, the nicest person of the nicest persons can be called out on social media just because people do it, because people crazy, right? So at some point you can't even not do anything to be a better person and people are still going to be mean to you, whatever you do. Like, there are people that post videos on kids going through maybe cancer treatment or whatever, and there'll be people that will say something negative. Like, who would say something negative about something so tragic? Why would people do that? People just do. And so we have to look, in my opinion, I think we have to look at social media and the negativity that we see around it. It's a part of our lives. And I think that people should just start being more aggressive about, hey, getting rid of people that are negative. Like, have those blocking controls. Okay, you're gone. Like, they have one chance. And then they're gone pretty soon. People are going to try to like say something mean, but they can't go nowhere to say something mean. So it just kind of dies. And what I find most repulsive is how Meghan has pulled her husband now into this limelight of getting this negative attention drawn onto him just by the pure fact of it being in social media. She's put her husband in a situation that he's not going to thrive. He's not going to thrive in front of all this public attention in a foreign country, speaking about things he knows nothing about. He is being set up to fail in the situation that he's in, because it's all mental here. It's all here. It's a history of things that he's brought with him from the UK, and they've just been stirred up in a big old pot in California. And it hasn't gotten any better. It's actually gotten worse, because he's been stripped of everything that makes him what he is, that makes him feel like a man. And all he feels like is somebody who is just there to help her shine. Because what Meghan wants, Meghan gets. You know, and I mean, I can understand them speaking about the negativity of social media. But what's hard for most people that look at Meghan, they see how negative acting she has portrayed in her own character, especially when she was over in the UK against Kate, and the way she portrayed herself when she was with the other royals. Like, why was there all of a sudden all this negativity amongst the royal families when this dynamic changed in the royal family and it was Meghan? So there's something that's happening with Meghan, that she feels like this social media is something that is close to her, because she doesn't like people being mean to her, but she doesn't come across as someone who is trying to be authentically good herself. So who's going to listen to her talk about being like all this negativity online when she is someone that has created a lot of negativity in her own personal life, and we have seen it. Like, we've been a part of it. So I think it's just a bit hypocritical. I think it's going to be really hard for her to gain a voice that people are going to listen to, because they can see the insincerity in her. They can see how she's not being authentic and how she is trying to just find a way to make money. Oh, let's talk about people talking mean on social media, because people are mean to me. So yeah, let's do that. Let's make some money. Social media, yeah. And then it's off to the next thing they're going to talk about. Like, it just can't, no one's taking them serious. Like, because you're trying to make a career out of something that you really don't have no business talking about. Because why? It's your experience? Okay. We'll hear what you have to say and just going off and do something else. Like, it's superficial. There's no real depth to it. I mean, I must say, when I look at Kate Middleton, she just is on top of it. I saw a video where she allowed her husband to go in first. Like, that was just so accommodating, wasn't it? Like, she doesn't put herself first. It's all about her role as the wife of the future king. You have to respect somebody like that. And the way Meghan behaves, she would do the complete opposite, like stepping in front of her husband all the time. Like, it's about her. You know, he's just a handbag. It's about me. I'm the one people should be paying attention to. Me. But you're only where you are because he's she don't get it. Overhyped. Couple under pressure to make a hit with projects including a series on mental health as experts warn their Netflix deal could backfire. And I think that's what's going to happen. How can you put that much pressure on yourself to make a hit? It'd be different if, here's some money, go do something. Okay. Here is a lot of money, go make something great. Okay. You see the difference? You see the difference? There's a difference. It's like you're putting all this undue pressure on yourself. For what? Why? Because Meghan Markle wants to rule the world. Come with the pressure, Harry. Come on. We've got to go rule the world. I'm sorry. We've just got to do it. I am on a mission. And she's on a mission, and she needs to make her make. She needs to make what she needs to do, and he has to be there with her to do it. And so it's going to be tough. They've got, I mean, rather than just come back and be modest and live a modest, wholesome life. And I mean, I think they could have made different choices. They could have made things less public. They could have done things more behind the scenes, worked on their marriage, been away from the royals, like not have to live the high life, maybe come back, work on her relationship with her family, like really atone for some things that didn't have to happen. That instead they came back over here and they just like upped it up an ante, like, okay, we cranking it out. We're going to really kind of go and just make it all wonderful, big, and just exotic, crazy. We out the royal family. It's time to party. Like they went in a way that was just too extreme. And they are going to put themselves in a situation that is going to break them. They are going to be broken. Their marriage, their careers, their relationships with their families. Like it's just not a win-win for them. Because when you have someone like Meghan, who what is important to her is it's not lasting, it's superficial, it's not from an authentic place. I mean, and she's dragging along the most important partner in her life to accommodate her on this journey that is bound to break him, which will break their marriage, which will break her. So they are in a situation that is not going to do them well because of the pressure that is going to come with it. It's like you got all this opportunity, all this access to celebrity and money, and you see it and you grab it and you grab it. But sometimes you shouldn't always grab what you see. Sometimes you need to have a little bit more reserve and hold back and wait and not always take what is available to you because it might not be right for you at that time. And certainly this couple coming over to the U.S. fresh from leaving the royal family and all these new things happening, they weren't ready for something like this. They did not only were they not ready for it, they didn't deserve it. They didn't deserve it. And by taking this opportunity, which you did not deserve, the fires turned up. it's turned up on you, go do something great. Wait, I'm watching. Humor me, entertain me, make my money back. They have got some obstacles to overcome. And it's going to be very difficult. Very difficult. And the burned bridges in the family is not going to help mend it while they're off trying to make success with their deals and the things that they're doing. I really do feel like it was not a blessing, the situation with this Netflix deal. It just seems to, I don't know. So that's all for now, you guys. Until next time, peace and love. I love you all.